my pleasure, my distinct pleasure and honor to launch Vision 2057, Long-Term National Development Perspective Framework.
And to God be the glory, it is finally here. You can't do this sitting down, please. And with a resounding round of Son and Holy Spirit. It is my pleasure to invite 4 boys and girls from basic schools to please join. 2 boys, 2 girls, please join. And this is an inclusive Ghana. I ask that we put our hands together and celebrate.
Director General, in the interest of time, I would like to seek your permission to proceed on previous protocols. I'd like to thank the MC for his kind words of introduction. And I would like to thank Professor and his colleagues for inviting me to chair this important national event. In the old days, West African Court of Appeal, when a member of the court delivered an erudite judgment and his brother judge wanted to endorse it, the usual formula was, I concur and have nothing useful to add to my learned brother's ruling. As a chief, I feel somewhat inclined to use this formula after learned economists and other experts have produced this formidable document which goes by the intimidating title of Long-Term National Development Perspective Framework. I'm not competent to add anything to the substantive content of this specialist document. However, I hope I can at least do some exhortation towards its implementation. So I would like to address the theme, and the theme is a multi-party approach to development in a multi-party political system. Meaning that each provision necessarily implies a long-term strategy. Article 36(1), for example, reads, "The state shall take all necessary action to ensure that the national economy is managed in such a manner as to maximize the rate of economic development and to secure the maximum welfare, freedom, and happiness of every person of Ghana in Ghana, and to provide adequate means of livelihood and suitable employment and public assistance to the needy." 2 says, "The state shall in particular take all necessary steps to establish a sound and healthy economy whose underlying principles shall include A, the guarantee of a fair and realistic remuneration for production and productivity in order to encourage continued production and higher productivity. It goes on. E is very interesting. The one principle is that the recognition that the most secure democracy is the one that assures the basic necessities of life for its people as a fundamental duty. Some of the directive principles relating to social objectives expressly stipulate a long-term approach. If you take Article 38, paragraphs 1 and 2, you see the following. The state shall provide educational facilities at all levels and in all the regions of Ghana, and shall, to the greatest extent feasible, make those facilities available to all citizens. And then subparagraph 2 says the government shall within 2 years after Parliament first meets, after the coming into force of the Constitution, draw up a program for implementation within the following 10 years for the provision of free, compulsory, and universal basic education. So here is a long-term policy stated in very explicit terms. However, ladies and gentlemen, the issue is whether our governmental system is conducive to a long-term national approach to the achievement of the development objectives specified in the directive principles of state policy. Clause 5 of Article 36 requires the President to, within 2 years after assuming office, present to Parliament a coordinated program of economic and social development policies, including agricultural and industrial programs at all levels and in all regions of Ghana. The President may be able to present this program in the first year. This leaves him 3 years to complete his program. However, it is reasonable to assume that such a program at the very least has a long-term component transcending his or her stipulated term of 4 years. And here I must say, with all due respect to our politicians, that you have to surmount the 4 before you break the 8. Now to turn to our political system. The Constitution abolishes a one-party state. Article 3 specifically prohibits the power of Parliament to enact law to establish a one-party state. This is reinforced by Article 55(1), which guarantees the right to form political parties. These constitutional provisions form the basis of our multi-party system of government. Significantly, Article 55(3) provides that the political party is free to participate in shaping the political will of the people, to disseminate information on political ideas, social and economic programs of a national character, and sponsor candidates for elections to public office. In short, political parties have the right to formulate and canvass manifestos on social and economic programs. However, manifestos, in my respectful opinion, are not development plans. Furthermore, they are inherently short-term strategies by virtue of the above-mentioned constitutional constraints. Now, the National Development Planning Commission was established under Article 86 of the Constitution to advise the President on development planning strategy, and its mandate also includes the making of strategic analysis of microeconomic and structural reform options. However, the NDPC is responsible to Parliament, responsible to the President, I beg your pardon, whose term is limited. In previous remarks delivered at the conference organized by NDPC in December last year, at the beginning of this exercise, I referred to the economic takeoff in some Asian countries, such as Korea and Malaysia. Now, a critical element in their development strategies was a series of 5-year development plans over a period of 10 years, over 10 years of the same administration, the administration of General Park Chung-lee in South Africa and of Prime Minister Mahathir Mohamad in Malaysia. We have a multi-party system, under which a presidential term is 4 years, and even when renewed, this occurs with substantial administrative changes as stipulated in the Presidential Transition Act of 2012. This, ladies and gentlemen, means in effect review commission. NDPC has come out with the Vision 2057, which defines long-term development goals, supplemented by a series of 4-year medium development policy frameworks. However, our current governmental system, characterized by an aversion to an inclusive approach to addressing vital national development issues, might impede the realization of the goals spelled out in the report. So my humble submission is that under our brand of multi-party politics, where competitive manifestos are dominant, and policies and programs initiated in one administration may be abandoned by another, long-term development goals may be illusory. Ultimately, appropriate constitutional amendments might have to be made or might be necessary to ensure a stable development planning regime which would not permit deviation by successive governments. But all is not lost. In the meantime, there's nothing in the Constitution to prevent all political parties and all stakeholders, private sector, and others from joining hands together to establish basic economic goals and programs in the various sectors such as energy, transportation, education, and environmental protection. I would like to conclude my remarks with some history and I'm choosing this area because I have some personal knowledge of part of it. It is a brief account of the educational effects of the imaginative 10-year development plan launched by Sir Gordon Gajesbeck, a former governor of the Gold Coast, for the period 1919 to 1929. Gajesbeck's holistic strategy, development strategy, was translated into the establishment of 4 monumental institutions, namely Takoradi Harbour, Kolebu Hospital, the Supreme Court at Accra, and Achimota College. The original concept of Achimota School envisaged a comprehensive co-educational establishment ranging from kindergarten to university. The educational of Achimota was to expose the students to modern disciplines of science and technology while ensuring an African orientation of the college. When I entered Achimota in 1946, I said 1946. The kindergarten and primary departments had been phased out, leaving the secondary and teacher training departments, the intermediate or pre-university department, the arts and crafts department, the agricultural and engineering department, the music school, and the nursing training unit. During my 7-year stay at Achimota, the intermediate department was converted into the University College of the Gold Coast. The engineering, arts and crafts, and agricultural department, as well as the teacher training department and the music school, were transferred to Kumasi to constitute the Kumasi College of Science and Technology, which grew ultimately into Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology. The teacher training department subsequently formed the basis of the University College of Education at Winneba, now University of Winneba. The nursing training unit was also transferred to Kolebu as the foundation of the Nursing Training College. The secondary department became Achimota School, which established the pioneering form programming in the country. Governor Gajesbeck, ladies and gentlemen, retired before the expiration of his 10-year development plan, but there can be little doubt about its resounding success. It should be pointed out that the Achimota project was fiercely resisted in some circles in Ghana and even in London. But Gajesbeck prevailed by virtue of the strength of his character and the critical support he received from some leading members of the Ghanaian community. In any case, as a governor, he enjoyed certain prerogatives which a president in the democratic system may lack. This makes it compelling to secure the support of all stakeholders to achieve long-term development goals. So with this inspiring example of Governor Gordon Gajesbeck, I respectfully plead for a multi-party tripartite cooperation and consensus on key aspects about our development strategies in the interest of Mother Ghana. In other words, I'm calling upon everybody here and all stakeholders in the country to support the laudable document that has been made available to us. My distinct pleasure and honor to launch Vision 2057, long-term national development perspective framework.
And to God be the glory. It is finally here. You can't do this sitting down, please. And with a resounding round of Son and Holy Spirit. It is my pleasure to invite 4 boys and girls from basic schools to please join. 2 boys, 2 girls, please join. And this is an inclusive Ghana. I ask that we put our hands together and celebrate. No, spread out so you can go there. So the children can.
Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe,
and click on the bell for more updates.